Welcome, everybody. Welcome. First of all, I want to say thank you and welcome to our alumni who have come back here on the eve of Thanksgiving to share this experience with our current Mustangs. Many of you guys already know a lot of the people up here because you walked the halls with some of them or didn't in the case of the past couple of years. Also, thanks to Mr. McKnight and the entire guidance department, without whom this event would not exist. So we can give Mr. McKnight and the team there a round of applause. So, for those of you who signed up for this, and those of you that came down with your teachers as a class, this is Alumni Networking Day, right? So we have our alumni here. The purpose is networking, which means interacting with one another so that you can pick their brains about what it's like after you leave here. We have quite a range of colleges and postgraduate experiences represented up here. They're going to speak to you and share their experiences. You're going to have a chance to pick their brain, ask them questions. And I urge you not to take this opportunity lightly. Right now, especially those of you who are seniors, some of you may already be 18. If not, you're likely turning 18 this year, and you'll be an adult by age and legally. But I will never forget, my first time walking on the campus of Rutgers Newark and seeing a student come out of the dorms who was a senior, and I had this oh man, why is there an adult coming out of the student dorms? And I realized, because that person is finishing the college journey and is about to go off and be really independent, really on their own. And so nobody better to share what the first part of that journey is like than the people standing here or sitting here in front of you, especially in these awkward times that we live in, right? So don't forget, majority of the students you see up here, graduates up here, were from the class of 2020, 2021. I correct Mr. McKnight, so, right? Judge nods here. Which means they experienced the pandemic firsthand in high school as they were trying to finish up their career. And then they also experienced what it was like starting their college experience and postgraduate experience that way. And so they should be able to share that experience as well and how it's been different and how their particular universities and experiences have been. So without further ado, thank you again everyone for being here. I hope you enjoy yourselves and get a lot out of this. I'll turn it back over to Mr. McKnight.
Thank you, Mr. Parisi.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yes, definitely happy Thanksgiving, and have a well-deserved break again. November is always good to us, I think, though. I appreciate you guys coming down and signing up for this event, and as Mr. Parisi said, this is a great event, and use it to your advantage to pick the brains of our alumni. Again, we have a wide range of people that are up here that have done different things since they have left Brick Memorial. So we are going to have everyone introduce themselves, give a little bit about themselves, where they're at, what kind of took them on their journey, and then we'll get into some questions. And then if we have time, then we'll break it out into groups with our counselors facilitating those groups with you guys as students, and we'll kind of try to rotate those groups if you're interested in OCC, if you're interested in out-of-state schools, if you're interested in going right into the workforce, any type of military or New Jersey school. So if we have time, again, we have a big panel up here, and again, I appreciate them waking up on a Wednesday morning. This was put in place only about a week and a half ago, I think, when I started emailing you guys. Usually I start this in September, but we did not have permission to do large group settings and bring visitors back, but we finally got permission. So again, that's my apologies for the late notice. And but still, we'll have a great day today. And again, use it to your advantage. The people I want to thank the most, though, are the alumni, definitely for coming back, and they'll share their thoughts. But some other people are the administration for allowing me to do this. We started this when I came back over in 2017. We did it in 17, 18, 19. We usually had about between 30 and 40 students coming back, and they were great events. And then obviously 2020, we couldn't do it. So I am excited. This is one of my favorite things to do. But it's really for you guys to take advantage. And the biggest people that, for me, that help the most are my guidance staff and the administrative team, along with the teachers that let me be the pain in the rear end that I am with all my emails. And then, just as stubborn as I am with certain things, they put up with me. So big round of applause for everybody that participated. we are just going to let the alumni, because they are the stars of the show, they're going to give an introduction about themselves and a little bit about, what took them on their journey, and any insights that they want to add, they can certainly add. We'll be a while up here. Just one little quick housekeeping thing. At the end of third block, when that bell rings, all right, because we are filming this, and we'll see where we're at time-wise, you must stay in here because speakers still might be speaking, we still might be doing something, and we don't want to be rude to those speakers. We have a couple kids that are in vocational school. You'll work with the counselors or the administrative team to kind of exit quietly on that. But your teachers do know that you are in here for the duration, so again, use it to your advantage. We're going to start to my right, and we'll go all the way down, then we'll come right back to the left, okay? You are first. How you like that?
Hi, I'm Ellie Morata. I attend Colgate University. I'm a freshman there, and I'm a chemistry major. So if anyone has any questions about that, I go to a liberal arts school, so it's pretty small. So it's kind of different from a bigger school, as in they're not really huge lectures. So classes are very small. I think the majority of mine are 15 people. So you really get to know the professors. They're very accessible in office hours, and you kind of know who everyone is. They know who you are. So it's easy when you're in class to ask questions, stuff like that. So I don't go to a commuter school, so most people stay there. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. So if it's kind of helpful to know if you want to go to a school maybe that's rural, kind of not around anything, or if you want to be in a city, because if you like to be surrounded by things all the time and have a lot of things to do, I don't know if that's the best thing for you. But yeah, if anyone has any questions about being a chem major or anything like that, also a liberal arts school, if you haven't considered that, especially if you don't know what you want your major to be, it's very helpful because you have a core curriculum where you have to take classes with everyone. So there's general classes like that, and you get to explore a lot outside your major too. And a lot of people have minors or double majors because you have extra space to take those classes. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Madison. I'm a freshman currently at Seton Hall University. I'm a biology major in the 3+3 physical therapy program. And I'm currently deciding whether or not I want to minor in chemistry, just because it's only a few extra credits. So if you're not familiar with the college schedule, so you choose the amount of credits you want to take per semester. And I think that's the beauty about college. You can decide whatever you want to take. It just depends. You have to obviously take the basic core classes depending on your major, but I think you could choose whatever extra classes you want. Another thing I love about Seton Hall is the campus. If you love a really small, really well knit community on campus, I think that's great. I personally dorm there as well, and many people do commute, but for the most part, a lot of people dorm there. And I'd say you could definitely commute to Seton Hall, especially if you live in Jersey. I know Jose, one student from here as well, he does do the commute. It's about an hour and a half every day. So it's definitely doable, but I highly recommend dorming if possible. You definitely will, it's a never-ending experience at Seton Hall, especially at the campus. So it's definitely something you don't want to miss. I love campus life. Getting involved in clubs and just doing your part on campus, it's great as well.
Hi, I'm Yasmin. I'm a sophomore at Seton Hall. I'm a business marketing major with a minor in international business. I have an internship at J&J this summer. I want to do pharmaceutical sales. I love it there. I mean, I dormed last year and it was a great experience. I live in my own apartment off campus right now, so it's really nice. I am involved in Greek life. I am in a sorority there, so even though it's a small school, there's still opportunities to be a part of every single thing. I mean, I'm on campus all the time as much as I live off campus. I'm there more than I'm at my own apartment. But I came in and I started off as a physical therapy. I was also in the physical therapy program. So if you go in not knowing what you want to do, that's completely fine. I mean, people there, they will work with you, they will talk to you, and you'll be able to figure out what you actually want to do. And sometimes it takes trying out other majors to figure out what you really want to do with your life. So it's okay not knowing.
Hi everyone, my name is Brooke. I am also at Seton Hall University. I am a bio major right now and getting an environmental science minor. I'm currently in the BSMD program as well as the Buccino Leadership Institute. So if you're looking to become a pre-med in college, I could kind of help you along with that process, maybe taking your SATs, ACTs, what colleges you should look for if you're wanting to apply to either maybe a nursing program, pre-med, whatever you're interested in. I can really help answer any questions you'll have there. Especially if you have any questions about research in college. I'm currently trying to work with a professor to get some research going in biodiesel research. So if you guys have any questions about that as well, I'd love to help you out.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I go to Stanford University. I'm the undeclared major. You declare your major at the end of sophomore year. I'm thinking about management, science, and engineering, but that's really something I personally like about Stanford is that you're really encouraged to explore all the classes you have, especially because we have a quarter system, which is different than semesters that a lot of colleges usually have. So in similar, I would say, to like a marking period schedule, you have 3 opportunities to take different classes throughout the year. So classes go by quicker, which gives you a lot of time to explore. Stanford is a research university, I'd say. There's a lot of opportunity for internships. We're in Silicon Valley, so if you're interested in tech, or not even the pursuit of tech, because Stanford also has a lot of arts, and that's a really big emphasis there. There's a lot of clubs, and the students there, at least, this is why I personally have really liked my college experience so far as a freshman, are really supportive. Everyone is always trying to help each other out. So if you want to talk about just anything about Stanford, the dining halls, we have cultural centers there and housing, so if you want to be immersed in like an environment that maybe is learn about different culture or learn about your own, there's different houses that are specific to different cultures, so that's really cool. So there's a lot of intricate parts about the university, so if you'd like to talk about it, please come up.
Hi, my name is Jesse, and I'm a first-year poli-sci history major with a minor in architecture at Northeastern University. Northeastern is also a research university located in Boston, and it's very focused on what are called co-ops, which are kind of internships where you're a full-time employee at a job for a whole semester. So it's really good if you want to get like connections, especially in like STEM fields, but they do have co-ops in pretty much every field. And it's definitely a large campus. There's 15,000 undergrads. And what I like best about it is that you kind of have the option to pursue whatever you'd like, but you're not forced to. Like, there are sports, D1 sports present, but you don't have to be part of it. There is Greek life. You don't have to be part of it. But it's just, if you have any questions regarding that school, or you're interested in that kind of experience, or even you're just interested in STEM, they have a lot of campuses in like San Francisco and London, so like you can get very involved in STEM research. And I'm already on research with 2 different professors, so if you have any questions about like research too, just ask.
Hi, I'm Rana Paxton. I go to the University of the Sciences. It's in Philadelphia. It's right by like UPenn and Drexel, and it's in University City. So even though it's a very small school, it has like a big campus feel. I'm in the 6-year doctor of pharmacy program. So I do 2 years of undergrad and then 4 years of professional work. And like the last year, basically, I'm just out in the field exploring like all the different like hospital and community pharmacy. It's definitely like the school is smaller than Brick Memorial, but again, like I can get to UPenn by walking for 10 minutes or Drexel in like 20 minutes. I basically go into Philadelphia once or twice a week. You can do whatever you want in there. And there's a lot of opportunities for research. I'm also in the honors college, which basically just means we get like a separate floor, and we get to do things first, like we get to register first and stuff like that. So if anyone wants to talk about how to get into like an honors college, I can help with that. Yeah, basically just the school is very professional. Like if you want to go into like physical therapy, you're going to be a physician's assistant. So most people there are going to be doctors in some kind of field. So if anyone wants to talk about something like that.
My name is Casey Murphy. I'm a freshman at the University of Vermont in Burlington, Vermont. I am in the Liberal Arts Scholars Program, and I'm a history major, hopefully entering the 5 years master's program. really appreciate my school. They have an amazing history program if anyone's interested in something along the humanities. This is a great school. We don't necessarily have very small classes, but the professors are very, very interested in your academic careers, and they care very much about you. I am a member of the mock trial team. There's many, many opportunities to get involved on campus, and I think it's a great way to make friends and make different groups outside of the dorming situation. So through the Liberal Arts Scholars Program, I live suite style, which means I basically have an apartment on campus, and I have 5 other roommates. I do live in a double, but we get 2 private bathrooms and we get a living room. So a lot of these schools, state schools around New England, have living and learning communities. They're all surrounded by different interests, like we have Cultural Crossroads. The humanities one that I'm in is a lot of history and English majors, and we all live together and take classes together, and it really gives you a sense of community in the classroom and at home.
Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia and I'm currently a sophomore at the University of Pennsylvania. We also don't declare our majors until sophomore spring, but I plan on declaring sociology, hopefully on a pre-law track. At Penn, I am the treasurer of Big League DAB, which is the first generation low income dean advisory board through the college. So we work with the college dean to focus on big league issues. So if you are a big league student, I can talk to you about what that means at an elite institution like Penn. I can also talk to you about the financial aid process because that's something that not a lot of people talk about, but it's especially important as a big league student. At Penn, I also volunteer through CSSP through the Netter Center, mentoring elementary schools in West Philadelphia. So if you want to talk about how to get involved in your community outside of school, I can also talk to you about that. And I am also a member of the Chinese Student Association at Penn. So if you want to talk about cultural exploration at your respective institutions, I can talk to you about that as well. I was also one of those crazy high school students who applied to 20 plus schools. So I can also talk to you about the college admissions process. I was waitlisted at a couple institutions as well. So if you want to talk about the waitlist process, I can also talk to you about that.
Hi, my name is Sean Holmes, and I'm a freshman student at Johnson & Wales University in Providence, Rhode Island. Currently, I'm in the 4-year bachelor's program for my degree in baking and pastry arts. Johnson & Wales is not exclusively a culinary school. In fact, I'm technically in the College of Food Innovation and Technology, but the majority of students who go there go for a food major. But that is one of the benefits of Johnson & Wales. If you're passionate about food or hospitality or want to go into the restaurant or hotel industry, you can go there for one of those majors, but it is not exclusively a culinary school, so you still do get the college experience while going to culinary school. If you are into food, I can talk to you about the food or restaurant industries or about the culinary school process, because I did apply to basically all of the other major ones. On campus, I'm also a part of the Mixed Martial Arts Club and the Student Activist Supporting Sustainability Club, so I can talk to you about sustainability. I'm also planning on minoring in the Culinary Sustainability minor in my later years, which is an up-and-coming program at Johnson & Wales, the sustainability programs. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sarah Emmett, and I'm from Ocean County College. I'm a liberal arts major. I'm going to Ocean County College as an NJ Star student, which some of you may have received letters about. So if you have any questions about how NJ Stars may work, feel free to ask me. I'm also in a few honor societies there, and since it is my second year, it's really nice for scholarships when transferring. I personally was unaware of the opportunities with honor societies at OCC before I went, so if anyone has questions about those too, you can feel free to ask. I'm in other clubs as well, which is really fun, and a great way to make friends. I'm also taking online classes, so if anyone has questions about how online classes may work and how having a job as well as being a full-time student may work, feel free to ask.
I am Zachary Cook. I attend Fulll University. I am in my graduate program of Film Masters. I have received also my bachelor's through Fulll for film. It's a tech/media school. We do a lot with audio, with music, and movies, gaming, and all that. It's a very upbeat college. We do 4 weeks and change classes every 4 weeks. So if you want to know more about a hands-on school / very very fast programs. Ask me any questions you have.
Hi, I'm Alana Benson. I go to the University of Maryland, College Park. It's a pretty big school. It's like 40,000 kids, but I'm majoring in criminology and criminal justice, and I'm also in Air Force ROTC, so if you have any questions about that, it's really different than high school. It's amazing, and at their sports are so fun. Attending, definitely. Any questions, just feel free to ask.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Betts. I attend Lebanon Valley College in Pennsylvania. I'm a business administration major with a minor in economics. I'm also on the track and field team. We're Division III. It's a very small school, about 1,400 kids. Class sizes are probably about the same as what you have here. And about 80% of the students on campus are athletes. So that's a good thing about having people around you that know what you're going through about time management with your classes and your sport. So if you have any questions about that, let me know.
Hi, my name is Tara Foster, and I'm a sophomore at High Point University, and I'm a major in psychology. I'm also involved in Greek life as well. I'm in a sorority, and I live in my sorority house, which, if you have any questions about that, I can answer that. Other than that, I work on campus as well, so if you have any questions about time management with class sizes or classes and working a job and being involved on campus, I can answer any of those questions. Also, the school is about like 8 hours away, so if you're worried about like being far from home but also close at the same time, because I can go home whenever I want really, but I also can't. But it's not too far if I needed to go home. But if you have any questions about that, just let me know.
Hi, my name's Brooke Stephens. I go to the University of Tampa. I am a double major in public relations and psychology, and I had a major in a minor in business, but I did drop that. So if you wanted to talk about like the add drop process of like majors and minors, I definitely can talk to you about that. I'm also on the exec board for my sorority, so I can talk about that. And I also have 2 jobs on campus, so if you want to talk about a busy schedule, I've got one. I can talk about it. And yeah, if you want to talk about going to school far away, definitely talk about that because I just got back last night. So it's definitely a fun process moving in and out when you live in New Jersey and you go to school in Florida. So yeah, that's really it.
Awesome. That's obviously a wide range of different majors and different experiences. So we're going to go to the left-hand side and hear about that, and we certainly will give you time for questions, obviously, because they're saying if you have any questions, to ask them. So you'll have plenty of time to ask them questions, but we do want to give the introductions. Make sure you're listening to kind of all the different experiences that they have, and then you can get into specific questions that you have for them, or if you didn't understand a certain term that they mentioned, because we have like a 3+3 program here, we have some MD programs. Obviously, we have hands-on schools. Again, these are our best and brightest students from the past years. No joke about that. And a lot of them have went on different paths and are going to be very, very successful if they're not already.
Hi, my name is Olivia. I currently go to Montclair State University, and I'm a major in criminal justice as well as psychology. I will be graduating a year early because I took OCC classes through Brick Memorial. So I'm graduating next spring of 2023. I'm in 4 clubs there, all pertaining to my major and criminal justice. So if anyone has any questions about that, feel free to ask me. And I will be continuing there for my for a master's in clinical psychology with a study in forensics.
Hi, I'm Marla Forfar. I go to Bucknell University. I'm currently a chemistry major on the pre-med track. I also go to liberal arts school, and it's also a tiny school in the middle of nowhere, so I can talk to you about going to school in the middle of nowhere. There's not much to do, but because everyone's also in the middle of nowhere, we make the best of it.
I'm also part of many clubs on campus. I'm also in a sorority, so I can talk about Greek life. I also have 2 jobs on campus, and I also did research this past summer, like as a freshman. So if you're interested in getting into research, like hands-on, like right from the start, like I can talk to you about that.
I'm gonna use audio, makes me feel important. What's up, guys? I'm Jared Erickson. I'm currently in my 3rd semester at OCC. I'm going for a chem major. If anybody wants to talk about having a rough time getting into college and dealing with how hard college is and stuff like that, feel free to talk to me. I know quite a lot about that. So yeah, and then also if you want to talk about the STARS program, if you're worried about financials for school and looking for a better option than maybe going to a 4-year or something like that, or if you're just not sure what you want to do, or you got to stay home, you got to work during school, OCC is a great choice. So if anybody has any OCC questions, I'm your guy.
Hey everybody, I'm Vinny Hernandez. I go to TCNJ. I'm in the Army National Guard, and I'm also part of the Army ROTC program at TCNJ. So when I first graduated, I enlisted in the National Guard as a military police officer. So I deferred my whole first year of college, went to basic training, went to AIT, which is your advanced training for whatever your occupation is in the military. So that being military police. So I have a little bit of police training background, if you want to talk about that, Army training background. Then I went to TCNJ. I'm in the Army ROTC program there as well. So the way that works is you commission as an officer in the Army after your 4 years. I'm looking to go aviation, so if anybody wants to talk about anything to do with flying, hit me up. So at TCNJ, I'm a history and secondary ed major. I started off as a crim major, so I know the whole process with switching. It's not as hard. If you do want to switch, definitely listen to whatever your heart says to do and stick with it. I'm involved in club basketball, Greek life as well, and basically just getting involved on campus and being able to network with as many people as possible is super, super important. It sets you up with a lot of jobs. It sets you up with the right people to talk to. So like the importance even like of talking to people here today is like tremendous. Just getting to know somebody, maybe you end up going to that school 2 years, 4 years, whatever it is, you hit that person up again and they remember that conversation they had with you. Like that is super important. So definitely take advantage of today, and yeah, if you have any questions, let me know.
Hello everyone, my name is JT Hazlett. I'm a realtor with Hazlett Realty Group. So I started college right out of high school and very quickly found out it was not for me. I didn't know going into college what I wanted to do. All I knew is that I wanted to make a lot of money. I didn't really, like I said, I didn't have a dream job, I had a dream life, so I wanted to kind of figure out what I could do to live that dream life. I started in sales, I started selling cars, and then I realized I had to work 70 hours a week to sell cars to make any money, and I didn't like that. So then I got into marketing, started a marketing company. That was great, but also it didn't allow for a work-life balance. So now I'm into real estate, all right? And the great thing about real estate is there's an uncapped earning potential, meaning I can make as much money as I want to, all right? It just depends on how much work I put in. I don't have a college degree. Like I said, I went to college and I found out it wasn't for me. So all I have is a high school education and now a real estate license. It took me a 6-week class that cost $500 to get this license. And then after that, I had a couple startup fees, which were, I think in total cost me $1,500 to then start my career. Some important things that I do, like my day-to-day, I wake up every morning, call everybody that I know. I go to marketing meetings, networking. I go to networking meetings, and I try to meet as many people as possible because everybody needs somewhere to live, right? So the best way for me to find those people is to meet other people. Now, my teachers, and some of them are here, will tell you that I was not a good student, but I was a social butterfly. And now in my career, that definitely has helped me. If that sounds like you, come talk to me. Again, if you're not one that likes school or likes to make money, come give me a talk, all right?
everybody. My name is Trent Burton. I go to Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. That's a mouthful, so you can just call it RPI. I'm an undeclared engineer, so I don't really know what I want to go into yet, but I've also learned a bit about all the engineering disciplines, so if you have any questions, you can come talk to me. I'm also on the club hockey team up there, ice hockey. That's been a lot of fun. It's good to have a bit of a work-fun balance, get you away from school a little bit, and give you a little break from all the homework and exams you've got to do. So if you have any questions on club sports, you can also come to me.
Hi everyone, my name is Chloe Von Relinden. I graduated in 2017. I'm currently a senior at the U.S. Naval Academy studying cyber operations. In May, I'm going to commission as a surface warfare officer, meaning I'm going to learn to drive some billion-dollar warships. I'm also currently conducting research on ransomware and trying to visualize that to help with cybersecurity around the country. I just completed an internship with the National Security Agency over the summer, so if anybody's interested in intelligence things or cybersecurity, hit me up. I'm also a Division I athlete. I'm on the women's crew team, so if you have any questions about any athletics, let me know. Yeah, that's about it.
Does anyone else want to say, oh damn, on that? Anyone else?
Thank you.
I'm on the cyber warfare team. Just that, Chloe, that's all.
Hey guys, I'm Rachel Minol. I'm currently a sophomore math education major at Rowan University, and I'm a part of a 4+1 program, which means that in 4 years I'll get my bachelor's, and then in 1 year I'll get a master's in STEM education. I'm involved in SGA. I am the Honors College Academic Senator, which basically means I represent the Honors College, I meet with my dean, I go to Senate meetings and hear the student body. I also work as a peer tutor, so if you have any questions about tutoring, working on campus, let me know. What else? I'm starting in the spring, I'm going to be a learning assistant for the math department, so that's a brand new program that we're starting up, so if you have any questions about that. I'm also a part of the Honors College, and I run their social media account, so if you want to follow us at Rowan Honors on Instagram. So yeah, I'm the public relations coordinator for that. Rowan is a medium-sized school and very, very STEM-based, but we have no lectures at all. The average class size is about 16. So yeah, and it's also, like, despite being small, there's a lot going on all the time. So if you have any questions about Rowan, SGA, working on campus, learning assistance, honors college, any of that, let me know.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Ryan. I am a current sophomore at the University of Central Florida studying biomedical sciences with a track in molecular and cellular. Very hard major, mouthful, I know. I'm involved in Greek life. I'm the secretary of my fraternity, and I have a job through the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life that basically makes me market Greek life. So if you guys have any questions about Greek life, I am literally paid to know everything about it. I'm also a part of the Lead Scholars Academy, which is my school's community service opportunity. It's like the main hub for community service, so that makes me like branch out to a bunch of other organizations such as Habitat for Humanity, UCF Arboretum, and a lot more. I go to a very big school, the second or third largest in the country, I believe, at around 69 to 70,000 kids. Very big school, and it's very easy to navigate around my campus because of the large campus size. It's literally a circle, so if you guys have any questions about like difficult campuses, don't come to me, but if you have any questions about campuses that are easy to navigate, make sure to hit me up. So if you guys have any questions about Greek life, volunteering, or anything else that you can do on campus, just let me know.
Hi, my name is Danielle. I'm a freshman at Sacred Heart University. I am a health science major on the pre-PA track, and I also have a minor in honors, and I'm taking a minor in chemistry. It's a Catholic university, so you're required to take theology classes. It's not crazy. You take one as part of gen ed, and then sophomore year, everybody takes the same two Catholic studies classes. They don't push religion on you. You can take a world religions class. You can take like limited religion. It's like totally up to you if you want to take a Catholicism class or not. I'm also involved in the color guard there, so I do that. I got a grant through them. And I'm also involved in Greek life. I'm in a sorority. So any questions about that, let me know.
Hi, my name is Lindsay. I am a first year at McDaniel College with a major in history and also majoring in secondary ed. McDaniel's a very small school. It's in Maryland. The average class size is only, I think my largest class is only 20 kids. I'm on the Teacher's Legacy Scholarship there, so it covers more than half of my tuition, and I'm out of state, so it's a decent amount of money. It's a very nice school, very welcoming environment. I also work off campus, and I'm part of GTP there and the History Club. So if you guys have any questions about clubs or financial aid, you could let me know.
Hi, my name is Madison. I go to Kane University. I am an exercise science major with a minor in yoga, moving forward to do occupational therapy. Something about Kane is it's really close, but I actually transferred from OCC. So if you guys want to talk about the process of going from community college to a four-year college, it's actually really not that bad. It sounds like it could be a lot, but it's really not that bad. Something about Kane is it's in an urban setting, which might be a little intimidating for some people, but it's actually really welcoming, and it's such a close-knit community that you feel like you're at home. So if you guys want to talk about that, there's that.
What's up, guys? My name is Nick Ferrone. I'm a business major at OCC. I will be doing Keene Ocean, which after OCC, transfer over to Keene, but you actually do your classes on OCC's campus. It's really convenient. I'm also a real estate agent, like JT was saying. If you're not really into maybe going to college, want to get your career started right away, definitely look into it and talk to me. Also, maybe you just were thinking about it or anything, just come to me. Yeah, so that's it.
I also want to touch on this, like JT over here, he wasn't really sure about college. He didn't feel right for him, and you know, it's pressure for everybody. I mean, you know, everyone wants to go to a four-year school, they want to go to fraternity, sorority, whatever. You have a lot of options, and you're either junior or senior. You know, just make sure you look at all the options you have, because you know, you might want to do one thing, but another one is offering that thing plus 100 more. You're just not looking at it. You know, you take a year off if you need to, take a semester off. My sister, she took a semester off, and she's going to be attending Rowan after she graduated from OCC. Wow, thank you. No, you're good. What else? My friend Bobby, he lives in Florida now. He does real estate as well. He's doing what he wants to do. He lives in Florida now. I mean, for Christ's sake, come on. So, you know, always just look at your options, and you know, you got like 100 of options.
You can change your mind.
Hi everyone, I also just wanted to touch on EOP as well. As like Rowan did, we also have a 6-week program over the summer at Seton Hall. So ours was virtual. Usually it's on campus and you actually live in the dorm for those 6 weeks, and that's a great experience in itself, but I did it virtually over the summer. So we had Zoom classes all summer long, and just to let you know, I'm in the PT program at Seton Hall, so I did their pre-med track in the pre-med pre-dental plus program, a part of the EOP program at Seton Hall. So it was 6 weeks. I took chem, bio, both of those labs, and then I also took pre-calc and calc over the summer. And yeah, that's a lot. It's crazy. I had to wake up at like 6:30 every single morning. You get a peer mentor over the summer, and they call you every morning at 6:30 to wake you up to get you to school. But just think though, that was supposed to be at Seton Hall, so they'd come banging at your door. You'd actually they'd take your phones away and put them in a lockbox actually, so you couldn't get your phone all school day, and then you'd get it at night for a small time, and then they'd take them away at night and you couldn't sleep with them. So it's kind of insane, but I think it's worth it because they're basically paying for your whole school. But another thing I forgot. The other thing I forgot what I was going to touch on. Like any pre-med program. So if you're interested in PA, PT, becoming a doctor, dentistry, anything veterinarian, many schools offer dual degree programs. So basically you'll go for your undergrad and master's all at the same time. So usually, for me, for PT it's 3+3. For BSMD it's 4+3? 4+3, PA is 3+3, vet is 4+3 as well. So just looking, you need to look at your school and see what they offer. I highly recommend it. Again, it saves you most of the time from reapplying to schools. You're automatically accepted into the program, so all you have to do is maintain your GPA and make sure you're passing all of your classes. Most of the time, they do require a certain GPA. So for the BSMD program, you have to maintain a 3.5 your freshman year, a 3.6 your sophomore year, and then your junior year, a 3.7. For my PT program, it's a 2.7 your freshman, a 3.0 your sophomore year, and then a 3.2 your junior year. And then also for PT, it's 3.5 for the whole sophomore, junior, and senior year. So yeah, they're a little bit crazy, but I highly recommend. Most of the time you have to apply to them early. You'll get an early acceptance to them. And you also need a minimum SAT score most of the time. I know for the BSMD program, it was a 1450. For the PT programs, most of the time it was like a 1270, 1300. And for the PA programs, it's usually around a 1250. So I highly recommend it, looking into them, and if you're really interested in that stuff, try and get into a program. Alright, go after that. Waking up at 7 a.m. in the morning over the summer is not enjoyable. She made it seem so don't listen to her. But I just kind of wanted to come up here and talk about the SAT a little bit more. Sorry. Okay, alright. But so for my program, I needed at least 1,400 to get in the program. But just going back to your SAT, it is really important that you take it, or at least try and take it. In my junior and senior year, that's kind of when COVID started to hit. So unfortunately, a lot of the tests got pushed back, and I ended up taking it very late in the game. But if I had to go back, I would start studying earlier. Make sure you use the free resources that are available. Khan Academy actually partners with the College Board to bring you practice like directly from the SAT. So make sure you're utilizing that. There's also a lot of colleges that offer like courses at a low cost that you could take. I know I had taken one at Brookdale University, so that's really great if you could get there. But other than that, start studying early, try your best, and take it multiple times. Don't just give up after like one time you take it. I took it 4 times. So if you want to talk about it and like anything, feel free to ask.
Also, going off of SAT, we all were in this program called, I guess the organization itself is called Matriculate, and then from that you can go into like College Point and College Possible. Basically, you get a free college mentor advisor, and they help you through the process, because I think even regardless of that, just touching upon, it's really daunting just immediately starting the college process, so looking at what colleges you're interested in, especially because, I mean, I was undecided when I was high school junior, high school senior, so just looking at, again, there's a million choices. So I think immediately, like if you can like look up College Point, College Possible, Matriculate, again, it's free. Like this mentor, you meet with them maybe like 2 times a month, and they just kind of keep you in track of the college process, because it's easy to get fall behind because you're trying to keep up your grades in school. Maybe you're an athlete, you're a student too, you have a job maybe. Like it's really hard to just remember to study for the SAT, remember to make like a college list, because you should be applying to 2 reach schools, 4 METs, like meeting schools. Like it's just a lot. So I would highly recommend that program if you can. And just in general, I think like looking out to your friends and your peers would be really helpful. Organizing sessions where you can just like go in Khan Academy and just study. But if you just want to talk about like, I don't know, how daunting it is, like we all understand, so.
I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the college like selection, like how you go about choosing a college. It's really important to keep in mind like what are your deciding factors when choosing a college. Is it price? Is it location? Like staying in state, out of state? Is it, do you want to join a fraternity or sorority? Do you want to have a lot of clubs, or do you not worry too much about having clubs? Do you want a big campus? Do you want a small campus? It's really important to keep these in mind when deciding. I had gotten at least to visit a few of my colleges last year when deciding. So it's really important, if you have the time, try and go out to some of your, at least some of your top choices, and see if you really enjoy the environment, the campus community, things like that.
Hi, I know a lot of people have talked about financial aid, but just a couple more like points. Make sure you submit your FAFSA. A lot of schools also ask for a CSS profile, so make sure you submit that too. That's done through College Board. I know for Penn specifically, we have an emergency fund, so if like I was ever in the situation where I needed money for something, I have the opportunity to apply for additional funding. I know a lot of other schools have that, especially because of COVID. So once you're at school, don't be afraid to like take advantage of that. Going off the networking thing, networking is so important, especially at a school like Penn. It's very much pre-professional. Everyone has an internship at Goldman, NASDAQ, Google, Facebook. And the way into these things is to get to know people. I've learned this semester that it doesn't really matter what you major in. It's about the people that you know, the internships that you get, and that's how you get into whatever career field you want to go into. And then my last point is just that take things at your own pace. College isn't necessarily made for everyone. When you go into college, my biggest regret was comparing myself to everyone else. And so my first semester, I really felt like an imposter at Penn. But the more I got to know people, the more I talked to other Penn students, I know it's cheesy, I see people laughing, but it is a serious issue that people go through, especially if you are a Fulll student, a first generation low-income student, because you've never had exposure to college. So just take things at your own pace. I know people who are high school dropouts who have an MBA from Cornell. I know people who are taking gap semesters and taking trips abroad. And there's one girl this is going to be her 7th year at Penn because she has taken gap semesters. She has studied abroad several times. So just take things at your own pace. Don't look at other people's stories when you could be writing your own.
Hi again. So one of the greatest things about being at the Naval Academy is that, yes, our schedule is very jam-packed. I wake up pretty early, go to classes, and then I go to sports practice afterwards. But every single night, the teachers are available to help you. I did an extra year after high school at the Naval Academy Prep School. But if your grades aren't that high coming out of high school, or like me, your SAT scores are pretty bad, they will send you to another school around the country for a year of doing calculus and chemistry and physics and all that good stuff, so that you can reapply the following year and get in. So if anybody has any questions about doing an extra year and transferring to another college, let me know.
Okay, so I have one piece of advice. Just don't be lazy, at all. Because I applied for one school I go to, just one. And now I'm in it, and I love it, but I also kind of hate it. So, I'm just being honest.
That's the best thing I heard so far.
What do you hate about it? The people there aren't the best. So, and I didn't.
North Carolina does not like.
Well, so
It's because I'm not there.
Yeah. At High Point University, it's a private school, and it's kind of expensive. I can't even really pay for it. But, so a lot of people that go there are kind of, like I said, not the best. So, I wish I looked at other schools, moral of the story, I wish I looked at other schools to apply to also.
Had you visited it?
What?
Did you visit it before you went?
I did.
You fell in love with the location?
I basically kind of just chose it because it's like it was one of the only schools I really knew.
Yeah.
And her sister went there.
Yeah.
So, all I'm saying.
Are you staying?
Yeah. I think. I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you think that you like want to transfer or like you're not too sure what you want to do in college, you can really do anything you want. You can go wherever you want, do whatever you want. If you want to move, you can move. But the problem with private schools is they have specific classes that you have to take for that school. So my school, if I did choose to transfer, all of my credits would transfer over because I had to take classes for High Point specifically. So that's something to also look in if you're thinking of transferring, but you want to go to a private school, just make sure that you can with those classes. But yeah, that's my only advice, just don't be lazy.
Oh, good. Excellent. What's that? One more? All right, come on.
I just wanted to say, there's been a lot of talk up here. I just wanted to remind everyone to remember, it doesn't have to be incredibly complicated. I took the SAT once. I did all right. I applied to a total of, 5 schools. The one that was my dream school accepted me. I went there. I just wanted to point out, like, don't get too overwhelmed. I mean, it is college, it is overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be super insane.
Awesome, that's a great one to end on with the panel up here. So does anybody out in the audience, though, have specific questions before we break into groups where we actually do the networking, where you can actually talk to different groups, rotate around? Does anybody brave enough out there with any questions? Anybody? Come on up.
Okay. So for anyone who does ROTC,
Actually, you were right.
okay. You're killing me. Do you have to take ROTC in order to go in as a commissioned officer? Just give me my
No. So you can go become a commissioned officer 2 ways. You can do ROTC, or you can do green to gold, or you can do OCS. So like you can enlist first in the military, and then if you like the enlisted side, then you can stay there. But if then you were like, all right, I do want to become an officer and basically lead others, then there's several options while you're in already. But if you know you wanted to do it then, and you wanted that college experience too, then you could do ROTC. No, you just would need a degree. She asked if there's any certain degrees that you need to become an officer or anything like that, and the answer is no. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, do that in this corner.
Does anybody else have any specific questions? And we have a Rutgers shirt on here, too.
I'm a junior. Just my only question is, what would you guys have done differently if you were a junior?
Couple word answers.
What I would have did differently as a junior is I would have done and thought more about what I actually wanted and not what everybody else around me wanted to do. Because when I was in high school, I knew I didn't want to go to college, but I felt like my only option was to go to college. Because all my teachers were pushing me to go to college, my parents were pushing me to go to college, and like I said, I knew it wasn't for me when I was in school, because I knew the type of student I was when I was in school, and I didn't think college was going to be for me. So if I could go back, I would have not wasted my time and money at college, and then I would have tried to figure out what I wanted to do sooner, so I would have started making money sooner.
Take AP tests, because I took a bunch of AP classes while I was here, but somebody told me that your credits wouldn't transfer, so had I taken the AP test, I could have validated a lot of classes, which would have helped. Also, if you can, start thinking about it. Get out of Bricktown while you can. Bricktown is great, but A lot of people go to college in New Jersey and then they end up staying in New Jersey. New Jersey's great, I love living here, but it's also great to go explore the world. I'm going to Australia over spring break. I've been to Virginia Beach, I'm going to California. Try and get out and explore because the world's pretty great.
Anybody else?
I would spend more time on the SATs. So I'm an education major, and as an education major, you have to take the praxis, which is like teach your SATs. And if you get a good SAT score, you don't have to do it, but I have to do it, and I have to pay like $150 for it. And yeah, and you have to take it multiple times until you pass it. So do well on your SAT so you don't have to take more tests in the future.
Again, great advice, and that's one of the reasons why we have the juniors come down. Awesome question. Anybody else have any questions that they're brave enough to ask? Anybody? All right, we have a, come on up.
I was just wondering, did any of you guys look at any schools outside of the United States? And if you did, anything?
So this specific question works nichely for me because I do go to technically culinary school. But you know, I did look at some schools that were outside of the country, specifically what is considered to be the best culinary school in the world, Le Cordon Bleu. Has multiple campuses across the world, and there's one in London and one in Paris, and I did look into going to those. So yeah.
Anybody else? Make it work.
Yeah, so I looked briefly into like University of Toronto and also briefly into University of Stockholm in Sweden, which I didn't end up going there. But I would recommend just taking a look at them because they might have different programs that schools in the United States might not have. So yeah, definitely take a look if you're interested.
I would just say, I didn't look at any, but if you're going to go to schools out of the country, I would look at international student fees. My roommate is an international student from India, so she pays a lot more money than I do to go to the same school, so I would just be aware of that.
All right, anybody else with another question before we go right into the groups? Come on down, come on over. Tackle it.
So this is a question for like higher schools and Ivy Leagues too. So I just want to know more about like the social life there. Like, is it easy to make friends? And like, how are conflicts handled in the colleges? Like, there's a lot of major conflicts that happen in college, and a lot of people don't talk about that. So like, how is that handled?
So I go to UPenn, which is known as the social Ivy. So for a lot of people, Greek life is huge on campus. Weekends start Thursday. People are insane. They will go out and party the entire weekend and then go back to class on Mondays. It's all about balance, really, and knowing your limits. A lot of Penn students do come from like households that are a lot more strict. So when they do go to college, some of them will go a little crazy. My biggest tip is if you do go crazy in college, don't be afraid to ask for help, especially if your friends are in danger. So if they're on the verge of, blacking out and throwing up, don't be afraid to call the EMTs because you don't want their life to be in danger. Another thing that people don't really talk about that is a huge issue on college campuses is sexual assault. It does happen on campuses, and it's something that people don't necessarily talk about, but if it ever does happen to you or you're in the situation where it happens to your friends, reach out to Title IX offices. They will help you. Those are just college tips, I guess. Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit more about the Title IX. There was a situation on my campus involving one of my friends. Luckily, it wasn't very severe, but you have to be a self-advocate at your school. These administrations are dealing with a lot of kids on a large campus. You are not their main priority, and that's just a fact. You have to advocate, you have to push for your own safety. And if something does happen to you, do not let the administrative steamroller just ignore you. You need to really keep pushing them, and I know I was very proud of my friend. She advocated for herself very well, but do not let don't let your story get buried under lots of other stories. It just will multiply and multiply, but you're stronger than you think, and you can advocate for yourself, and don't be afraid to just put yourself out there.
And one more thing, after you do get in contact with Title IX offices and you pursue it, whether you go through a criminal investigation or a non-official investigation, reach out for help afterwards, whether that be going to mental health services, getting a therapist. This is also important. And another thing about therapy is that don't be afraid to get therapy. It's nice to talk to people about stuff. There's such a huge stigma against it, but it helps talking to people.
On top of that, I know my school offers free therapy, but after a few, you have to, you're written a prescription, you gotta really go. But another thing is, with the international, you can also apply to a United States school and study abroad. And if you don't like being out of the country, you take 1 year abroad and then there's your travel. But yeah.
That's a great point with the study abroad. My daughter did Australia for 6 months, and then she also did it in the Dominican Republic. But the issue that was before that, that's a serious issue across campuses, and obviously for this event, I allow that to be talked about. What we're going to do now is we're going to break into groups. The counselors are going to facilitate. We're going to have Miss Riley is going to be at this table. She is taking New Jersey schools, so let me finish first here. All right, and then you can come up for your question. All right, so just to give you a thing, and then we'll go to the question. So don't move yet. So Miss Riley is going to be right here for the New Jersey schools. So that's New Jersey state schools, private schools. We're going to do Ocean County College is going to be Miss Small over here, kind of in the corner. I'm going to take any of the people that went right to work or their hands-on trades or more technical schools. I'll be right here. Miss Leone is going to be out-of-state schools, and anybody affiliated with the military is going to be in that back corner there, okay? And you can kind of rotate around groups. Don't move yet. Don't move yet. What was your question?
So for the people majoring in psychology and criminology, do you know what I'd have to major in to become a forensic psychologist?
There you go.
If you're looking for that, you're gonna have to do something with the clinical route, because I was the same exact with you. So you could start off with psychology. You could do a minor in criminology, criminal justice, anything in that field. But you're gonna have to further your education farther than a bachelor's. You could do clinical psychology. You could do a forensics degree. It would really be that, but you definitely have to get a master's for that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, we're going to split into groups, and wherever you want to rotate around, network. For the alumni, we're going to do a picture in the gym.